I, John Brown, abolitionist extraordinaire, militia leader, and part absolute psychopath. John Brown was born in Torrington, Connecticut on May 9th, 1800, with extreme anti slavery family members. Brown married twice and fathered 20 children, believe it or not. Brown failed multiple times at businesses in Connecticut, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and even more northern states, so he found a new passion in becoming an underground railroad conductor in the South, whilst also founding the League of Gileadites, which helped those escaped slaves get to Canada.
Oh man, we made it to the railroad. Are you ready to go to Canada?
Yeah, thank you. Uh,
Then John Brown moved to Kansas with his kids during the time known as Bleeding Kansas, before the event known as the Sacking of Lawrence occurred, when pro slavery settlers led an assault on Lawrence, killing anti slavery protesters.
We don't like this anti-slavery protest you got going up here in Kansas.
yeah, you and I both know that Kansas is going to stay a slave state forever.
John Brown, in response to this, led his own group of men and led an attack on pro slavery men and brutally dismembered and murdered 5 men, including two 20-year-olds, in what was known as the Potawatomi Massacre.
Oh, I hate those slave owners. Well, let's go teach them a lesson. I hate slave owners.
Later in his life, Later in his life, he freed slaves and killed many slave owners in Missouri.
Oh, I'm freeing the slaves. Oh, come on, let's go.
Before the Civil War, John Brown led a 21-man militia to raid the federal arsenal of Harper's Ferry in current-day West Virginia. Brown hoped that slaves would follow him into Harper's Ferry to help his cause in revolt, but none showed up to his aid.
All right, it's time to take out this Confederate arsenal.
Yeah, let's go.
But where are all the slaves I freed? Shouldn't they be out here helping me?
With this, Robert E. Lee, a Confederate general, came in quickly and stops Brown and his men.
All right, boys, keep raiding that arsenal. We're gonna get out of here scot-free.
Hey, we've got you and your boys surrounded, so I'd give up now if I were you.
Uh-oh.
Shortly after, John Brown got sentenced to death for murder, treason, and the freeing of slaves.
John Brown, I hereby sentence you to death for treason, murder, and freeing of the slaves.
Now, if it is deemed necessary that I should forfeit my life for the furtherance of the ends of justice, and mingle my blood further with the blood of my children and with the blood of millions in this slave country, whose rights are disregarded by wicked, cruel, and unjust enactments, I submit. So let me be done.
At last, John Brown was killed and hung in the Virginia streets.
John Brown, any last words?
This is a beautiful country.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
The story of John Brown, the most violent radical abolitionist during the Reformation era, is one sight to look at. John Brown was dead, but his spirit lived on in the men and women of the abolitionist movements against slavery. What makes John Brown a hero and a martyr is the fact that what he fought and died for had nothing to do with him. He didn't suffer from slavery personally, but he understood that it wasn't unethical to participate in or just to watch it succeed. I believe that nonviolent situations are the best, but sometimes violence is the only way. He did what he had to do and he made the most out of it. John Brown is a true American hero.